One sentence summary, a Korean film where a dude gets trapped in his flat during an apocalypse. Oh, that hit home. Whoops. Could you beat the villain? So the rules of the zombies in this film aren't really established, but they seem pretty standard. Given my own immense physical capabilities and tactical thinking, I reckon that it would be fine. In many ways, the apocalypse would be easier than what we're living through right now. How do you improve this film? The main character appears to be a gamer and a streamer, and he's got all the computers in the world in his room, but he's got very few apps on his phone. Quick, turn on the TV! Stop doing that, films. I'm sick of it. I don't think we need the subtitles to explain what a fire engine is or what the emergency service workers are. And the guy who we see turning into a zombie is a bit thriller in his movements. He's all like, ugh, ugh. Odd choice. Why are there people directly outside this dude's flat at all times? Does he live on the high street? Because it doesn't look like he lives on the high street. I think the guy's name is like John Woo or something like that. But anyway, we'll just call him the dude. Anyway, there's a note from his mum saying, oh, like, you're out of food. Go and buy some. So, yeah, you don't need to store food in the fridge. But why would you use the fridge as a barricade for your front door? Fridges aren't all that heavy, especially when they're empty. And fella is very, very dramatic. He has a mental breakdown after 10 days. And like he's all like, I must survive. You mustn't. Like, important people must. You are nobody. But there you go. Geez and gosh are said too many times in this film. And why would you connect your phone to a drone, then fly it up out the window without charging them both to the full? That seems like a bad idea. And how is the power and water still running for so long in this film if society's crumbled? I call bullshit on that stray bullet that was fired from about 4 stories below and almost hit the dude, because it was going up at an angle like that. Why was she firing at zombies who were in the sky? Why did the zombies drag that policewoman around instead of just eating her? That didn't make any sense. Do they actually use revolvers in South Korean police? That seems very old-fashioned. And also, that is a proper Chekhov's gun. Why did that big zombie break into the dude's flat in the first place? He wasn't making all that much noise. And why are the zombies stupid, but also some of them are quite smart? You know, what's going on? Also, same sort of thing. Why are some of the zombies more dexterous than the others? There was one zombie who could climb up a rope up the side of a building like he was Adam West Batman. They mention that the transfer of blood is what causes infections by bites and stab wounds. They mention it more than once. I'm not a doctor, but is a bite a transfer of blood? Because that seems like you're, you know, transfer of fluids. Yeah, all right, I'll buy that. But a stab, that's not a transfer of blood. If anything, it's just going one way, out with the person. There you go. Useful advice on the news. The best thing to do at the moment is to avoid being bitten by the infected. No shit, don't let people bite you just generally, especially if they've got any sort of disease. And then there's another bit on the news. It's like, I'm here with psychologist Ms. Kim. And then it turns to some woman wearing like yoga outfit. And then she was talking about breathing. I don't know if she was a psychologist. Anyway, presumably all the noodles and the other branded products such as Nutella with their labels shoved front and centre and get their own little 2-minute chat about them, they're product placements. Otherwise, the writers just really like noodles and Nutella. Why is this dude's plan just to wait and like hope the zombie apocalypse blows over?
We drive over to Mum's, we take care of Philip, then we grab Mum, we go over to Liz's place, have a cup of tea, and wait for all this to blow over. Yeah, boy!
Instead of, you know, go out and find some food. Because he's like, oh no, I'm not going out there, those bloody zombies. And then he runs out of food and he throws a wobbly. And then eventually he's like, yeah, I should probably go and find some food now. Just go and find food in the first place, you idiot. I call bullshit on his dramatic little blog because he clearly pressed record because he's recording himself on a phone or a laptop or something like that, walked off shot and then like limped back in. Forget you, man. Why would the additional, like, let's say he's got a selfie stick and his arm, so let's just say 6 foot at best. Why would that additional range mean you can get phone signal if you're hanging outside the window of your flat? Because either you're getting the signal or you're not getting the signal. And if you don't normally get the signal in your flat, why you... I don't know, it didn't make any sense. Also, why is the phone network still on sometimes? Another question, why is this dude not changing his clothes? He's in his own flat, presumably where all of his clothes are. Why does he keep sleeping on the sofa as well? I know he's like traumatized or whatever, but you've got a bed in the other room. Oh yeah, after 20 days, this guy tries to kill himself, and then there's a woman whose name I can't remember. She's been living directly across from him, and this is the time that she decides, actually, I guess I best say hello. Poor timing. If you'd said hello before, he wouldn't have got so miserable and depressed. And the woman across the street is shown to be quite capable, and she's made herself like a Home Alone style murder chair to like swing into the doorway if a zombie walks through. Seems like they've got crappy doors. Anyway, she's seen wrapping some rope, I think, around an axe, a small hatchet, and it had never been used. Like, I don't know what she used to chop up their chair, but it wasn't that. Why has that dude got a second drone different to the first one he had? How many drones does one person need? And the torch you see in the point of view shots, POV in the business, is brighter than the torch we see him carrying in like the long shots, which is strange. It's also super convenient that the guy next door was apparently a member of the mountaineering club and had a ton of useful stuff. If old John Woo hadn't been such a, I'm not going outside, he could have had all that food days earlier. There's a bit where she says she's afraid of heights because of rock climbing or whatever, and she had an accident. And he's like, oh, what, you felt like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible? Number one, you're talking about Mission Impossible 2. Tom Cruise didn't fall, all right? Number two, she's all like, what are you talking about? Tom Cruise, you sound well old. But they're filming a new Mission Impossible right now. I know they probably wouldn't be in the zombie apocalypse, or Tom Cruise probably would be. But like, it's not like that's a film franchise that ended 20 years ago. They're still ongoing. Anyways, imagine being stuck in the apocalypse and the only person you've got to talk to is a complete dumbass, because that's what this woman has to go through. Stupid John Woo. Why have they been dicking around with the walkie-talkies for so long and like showing each other messages on their phones and all that sort of thing, and laser pointers, when apparently the landline phones still work? Why do the landline phones still work? That's my next question. I would hate to be eaten by those things. He's talking about zombies eating him whilst he's alive. No shit. Barehanded, the woman rappels down 3 or 4 stories of building, just like with a rope. Nah, she's got no hand left. Let's talk about the terrible plan they have to escape whatever floor they're on. So they want to go up the building to the 8th floor. Again, they're on like the 3rd or 4th floor, because they think it's empty. Fine, makes sense. Why do they go down to the ground floor, to the car park where all the zombies are, then go back into the building, followed by zombies, and then take the lift up? Surely they could go out of their front doors, walk to the lift, and then just go up. I don't know. Why would you smoke bomb a zombie? Seems like you're wasting time. Even before you see any clues that the old guy in this film is that stereotypical character who's going to try and feed you to his zombie wife or zombie daughter, you know that he is that character already. It's terrible. Very lazy. I thought I was the only survivor in the building. Why? These two have been making so much noise. John Woo, whatever his name is, has a gun on the old man who is trying to feed the woman to his zombie wife. Big surprise. And then John Woo drops the gun to grab a rope to restrain the zombie, even though he can't see it, so he doesn't know if he's doing a good job or not. Doesn't matter. The old man walks past the gun. He picks up a knife. Then he does not use the knife when he's tackling John Woo, the dude. I don't know what was going on. What was with that slow motion in the corridor, and why did the woman make like a Home Alone style cart of death if she was just going to push it for like 10 steps and then just give up on it? I call bullshit on that helicopter sneaking up on them. That's not what helicopters do. There's no stealth mode. And I did not like the social media hashtag I'm alive stuff at the end. It was rubbish. Because if you've got no signal, you got no signal. Anyways, rating out of 5 beers. I was not on the main character's side. wasn't even halfway through the film. I was like, yeah, he can die now. He doesn't deserve to live. On the bright side, some of the zombie actors were really solid. Well done to them. They were like crashing into stuff with their shoulders and looking really good like zombies. Having said that, 5 beers, do not recommend.